Namaste. Welcome and greetings. I am Magick. It's gonna stop a virus. No. This
Got y'all listening now. Some witchcraft for that ass. Too late to turn away. Abracadabra and all that good shit. Yo. Hocus pocus, got you focused on my rhyme. Simply easy, now I'm eating couch potatoes, I recline. No, I'm joking as I'm toking power puffs and Pokeokes. Till my town and villa filled with ganja smoke, you know the dope. Coming out my pipes, talking about the bones in my throat. With the mic, I'm casting curses every night, you know the scope. Got my spells handy, you may call it the phone. But when I'm done reciting, you'll give me the keys to the throne. Then I'll take my keys to go home. Then say I was done, while rush to end it all. It feels amazing to have won. I'm not planning to ball, but why not take the chance to stun? No, I don't need it all, can thank the thing I don't want. Do I worship the sun, or sold my soul for the tongue? Or death since I was young, or got some voodoo done?
Namaste, namastezo, peace. What's going on? Hey, Katrina, how are you? Peace, peace, and namaste, and happy Tuesday, happy Mars Day, and happy end of the fucking retrograde. What's up, Cosmic Chaos? Greetings, how are you? Peace, Mooney, how are you? What's going on? I hope everybody is doing well, having a great start to the week. Hope y'all had a great holiday, if you celebrate it, and everything that's going on. It seems like this year went by so fast, didn't it? 2025 is almost over with already. Peace and blessings, Legacy Sigma. How you doing, sir? What's the deal? Title is needed. The application of knowledge is the real power. Yeah. People are still just, walking around like, it's just, I can sit up here and I can do I have over 600 videos now, over 600. And I've consciously tried to make every single one of them pregnant with knowledge. I've tried to consciously do this. But until, you actually put this into practice, we're just talking. What's up, Nikki Love? What's up? Give me a second, y'all. Same old shit's going on. Same battles are being fought, but yeah.
A family in Conyers raising concerns with an incident left them hurt and confused.
They are calling for change, saying that whites only and colored only signs in schools are unacceptable. If it was a part of a lesson, this lesson crossed the line and has gone too far.
We just came back from recess and we were going through the cafeteria.
Shocking signs of discrimination.
I went to go get water, and over the water fountain, my friends told me to look up because it was like a note over the water fountain. It said colors only.
Kingston says that one sign wasn't it.
I saw another sign that said whites only by the nurse's office.
So they were around the school then? It wasn't just in one place?
Yes.
How did you feel when you saw it?
I felt like a little offended, and I kind of felt awkward. If I feel like we're separated by race, I don't feel like that's fair.
I was like, what's going on? Immediately after getting details from my children, I sent an email to the principal and superintendent. It's sad that in 2025 we have to encounter things of this nature.
Do you feel like you and your son and your family deserve an apology?
Absolutely.
I ain't done.
Don't you worry about me, 'cause everything is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about me, 'cause everything is gonna be alright. Rise up in the morning, smile is a rising sun. Three little birds by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. Sing, this is my message to you. So don't you worry about a thing, 'cause that little thing is gonna be alright. Say don't worry about a thing, 'cause that little thing is gonna be alright. So this morning, when I will rise in the sun, you hear the words on my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melodies soaring through. This is my message to you, and don't you worry about me, 'cause everything will be alright. Say don't worry about me, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. One thing, say don't worry.
I can't take no more. I can't do it. Moody said, please stop. Right, exactly. They just sitting there like it's cool. Okay.
About a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Sing don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. God bless Jamaica. God bless Jamaica.
Mm. Mm-mm.
Are you asking for a boyfriend for Christmas? No?
When she was visiting Santa, he asked her did she ask for a boyfriend for Christmas? And then she said no, and he said, why not? And I just feel like that's inappropriate. But you can't joke like that. She's only 8 years old. You could have, she felt really uncomfortable. So I think for future references, you shouldn't be asking kids stuff like that. That's very unacceptable. Yeah, please don't do that to other kids because now she's traumatized, wondering why Santa asked her about a boyfriend. She knows nothing about a boyfriend.
Unmitigated gall for Santa to ask an 8-year-old about a boyfriend.
Everything's gonna be all right. It's playing in my head, by the way. Yeah. So, like I said, I can sit up here all day and give you grimoires, give you spells, give you rituals until you actually apply it and use it practically. We're just talking. That's all we're doing. You know what I mean? Because it's not knowledge is power. The application of knowledge is power. The application of the occult sciences is real power. You know what I mean? Um, it's just crazy at this point. It's just crazy. You know. I have speaking of grimoires, those of you who are interested in I suggest getting a teacher or a mentor if you want to learn about the clip off. But I have this grimoire here that has the sigils. Sigils of the clip off. See that? Again, that could be put to use along with the Shadow Tarot, and again, all of Kenneth Grant's material. But again, if you are just like, just taking all this information, storing it, it's not practical. You know what I'm saying? What you have to do with the stuff that I'm giving you, and the stuff that the master teachers left, and those that you deem worthy, you have to take this stuff and you have to apply it to your everyday life, make your quality of life better. Okay. So that when any problem, any issue arises, you'll be able to be equipped to handle it. Okay. It's so much shit coming at the masses, and it's just like all the stuff that's coming, and people are still just like so much under a spell. As you can see, that was in Jamaica, by the way. That guy singing "Everything Gonna Be All Right," that was in Jamaica, and they have a very cultured atmosphere there. They're very cultured people. You know what I'm saying? Remember, I was saying that everybody has their own culture in the United States. You got Little Italy, Chinatown, Little Jamaica, everybody except Black Americans. Okay. And yet you got this white man and his wife sitting up there singing to them. The spell is deep. It runs really deep. You know what I'm saying? So it pains me to see shit like that. It also pains me that this Santa Claus thought it was appropriate to ask an 8-year-old about having a boyfriend. Y'all should know enough by now to not allowing an 8-year-old sitting on a grown man's lap in the first goddamn place. You know what I mean? So the spells run deep. Spells run deep. Okay. And what you have to do is deprogram yourself from the matrix. You have to deprogram yourself from everything that you've learned that has been forced learning upon you. You have to unlearn it. All right. I'm trying to see this picture I had up. I thought I had it up. Just give me a second. 1 second here, because I am the grimoire plug. A lot of people still come to me asking, you got this grimoire, yeah, and I put a lot of information in my Patreon, y'all. Even for the free members, I still put stuff in there. All right. What's up, Tosh? How is it in Chicago? I have to imagine that it is pretty cold there, because it's the past 2 days it's been really cold. It's been freezing here. I got so much, y'all. Just so much. Our enemies haven't changed. The same battles that we've been fighting, we're still fighting. I'm always saying how these celebrities are doing nothing here but to serve you agendas and influence you and your children. Okay. This is not your hair, black woman. I don't give a fuck who gets mad at me. Your hair doesn't grow naturally like this. Okay. It just doesn't. All right. Get mad at me. That's fine. But yeah. Oh, y'all get snow. We ain't getting no snow here, but it's been really cold here. All right. Another video. Again, like I was saying last live, when I said I was going to continue, because nothing has changed. And I meant that. Nothing has changed. The same battles we've been fighting, we're still fighting. Okay. All the groups that we're in, that's exclusively ours, have been infiltrated, as evidenced by this next video. Check this one out.
You can't get no credit. You can't get no IOUs. They making $300,000 a month in the average deli in the ghetto, not including hot food or EBT, right? We have the highest purchasing power on the planet. It's more money in the ghetto than Dubai. It's more money in Brownsville than Dubai. It's more money in the ghettos of Harlem than Dubai. It's more money in the ghettos of Detroit than Dubai. We have the highest purchasing power on the planet. We have the most disposable income, and we pour that income into every other culture, and they don't pour it back into us. They don't give loans. They don't support our businesses. They don't support our communities. They gentrify the ghetto. You see more police officers in black neighborhoods than white neighborhoods.
Same old shit. Nothing that I'm saying here is new. Nothing that I'm saying. Nothing that I'm showing you. None of this is new. Yes, thank you, Mooney. Thank you. Exactly. That is Beta Sex Kitten Program. That's exactly what that is. Thank you for saying that. Yep. And I'm seeing a lot of young girls walking around here with mops on their head, blonde mops, because that's what they look like. You know what I mean? But again, like the clip said, everybody's in our neighborhood buying off of us and getting rich off of us because we allow everybody to eat. And we don't do for ourselves. We don't have nothing for ourselves. Nothing. Okay. So the application of knowledge is the real power. Okay. Because once you have Magick and you add militancy, unstoppable. That's the real power. You know what I mean? That's the real power. Even if you're just doing mantras, okay? Even if I'm doing just mantras. This book right here, Bija Mantras, okay, gives you a whole bunch of information. It's like 14 pages, okay? And it goes through each major mantra, the seed mantras, right? Like Hreem and Shreem, okay? Clean, cream. stream. I will be putting this one in Patreon. Okay. I'm waiting for another one to come up. Just give me a second.
The biggest psychological tricks colonization ever played, this whole white savior image. Because here's the truth. The savior role wasn't created to help indigenous or African people. It was created to help white people escape their own guilt. Hear me out. If you position yourself as the savior, you don't have to face the fact that you're the one causing the harm. This is why colonization needed a white Jesus, not to just convert people, but to convince Europeans themselves that they were chosen, righteous, ordained by God to save the world. This is how you justify genocide. This is how you justify land theft. This is how you justify slavery, extraction, and domination. You rebrand yourself as the hero. And the wild thing, that psychology still exists today. The same systems, the same families, the same corporations that created most of the world's suffering now show up with the money and power acting like they have the real solutions. When in reality, the world is burning because of the systems that they have built. It's the modern white savior complex, philanthropy, NGOs, charity, development, aid, and even environmental agendas still centering the same people who caused the damage. And it just keeps the same colonial story alive. We know better. We can fix it. We can fix your land. We can fix your people. Instead of acknowledging that indigenous, African, and ancestral cultures had the solutions all along, and the world collapsed when those systems were destroyed and not honored. So when we talk about decolonizing, healing, and liberation, we're not just talking about the past. We're talking about the stories that still run the world today. And until we dismantle this savior image, there can't be real accountability, real justice, or real change.
Powerful, right? She's absolutely correct. Same goddamn thing. What's up, Ultra Instinct? How you doing, man? Same fights, same battles, but the application of what I'm giving you and the master teachers, all of that matters. When you apply it and apply it to be not just for your circle, but for the community as a whole, unstoppable. You know what I mean? Unfucking stoppable.
Like I said, the Armageddon Now by Jim Willis and Barbara Willis is an excellent book. It's an excellent book, and it just came out in 2006. So we want to see what they're talking about. You're going to have to gather all these things, all these prophecies, and all these things. But all this stuff is nothing but stuff that came from out of the Library of Alexandria. And basically the Egyptians fed the world with all these scriptures and these things, and whether it's 1,000 years or 100 years after Kemet or whatever, it's still nothing but just retold stories of the same Egyptian or Canaanite or African myths. So we gotta grab all of it. We can't throw the baby out with the bathwater and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? And so it's interesting how the white boy does it, because he calls it chaos magic. He said, we got all those black people stuck in culture. So we got the Moors over here arguing, we got the Hebrews arguing, we got the Christians arguing, we got the Yoruba arguing, we got the Santeria, we got the Dogon, we got these Egyptian groups over here, you see what I'm saying? We got Sumerian this and all this. They say, look, we are not from any of that. While they're still separated by their own traditions, we'll gather all those traditions together and study them all. You see what I'm saying? Because it's interesting here, because they are not the origin of these things or the authors of these things.
saying? And stuck in things that we know is all over the world. It's all our stuff. So people say, damn, Bobby, you're doing a lot of East Indian stuff and you're doing all this here. What happened to the Kemet thing? I'm like, we are more than just one continent. You see what I'm saying? Now, we laid the foundation with that, but Ivan Van Sertima series of books, African presence in Asia, African presence in Europe, African presence in America. You understand what I'm saying? So, if I give you some Chinese shit, you know it's black. It's a black trip. You see what I'm saying? They said, you was doing Kemet. I said, I did Kemet for 10 years. Why should I come back to you giving you the same stuff that I did 10 years? I'm a researcher. I'm not a lecturer. I'm not a theologian to come in and give you the same story every damn week. Or year after year after year. I'm a researcher. I'm not, you see what I'm saying? So I got to research other things. I said, next time I'm going to be doing some yin yang stuff. You see what I'm saying? Because it's all of our things. That's right. You see what I was watching a movie. It's on cable now, Vanity Fair. Reese Witherspoon. It came out in 2004. It's on cable now, Vanity Fair. Some say record this movie. And it's all about white folks in the 17th century and 18th century and how they viewed everything based on who family had money. And you get cut off, you went down to the bottom of the caste system. They said, now these are the same elite people that's ruling you now, and this is the way they think. Yes, that's right. Yes. You see what I'm saying? This is the way they think. One woman loved this sister, Reese Witherspoon. She was a governess. And she loved her, moved it in, paying her bills, had her in the house. She loved it. They defied. As soon as she fell in love with the woman's son, she cut the son off and threw them all out. You see what I'm saying? Because it's a caste system. You see, so this is something. So the Spirit was like, look, you need to see this movie because these are the people. Where do these people go? These snobbish British psychopaths. Yeah, right. Where did they go? These are the global elite now that rule you, so you need to see their origin. That's right. You see what I'm saying? So, you need to see Sense and Sensibility. And all these particular things here and see the mentality on what these global elite, because these are the people that's ruling you now. You see, they got another one, Elizabeth II coming on HBO. And this is how you get to see the mindset of world sociopath or race of sociopath. A sociopath says they can do what they want to you as long as they can justify it in their sick mind. It can be the wickedest excuse ever. They can live with it. And they can think that they're right all the time. That's a sociopath.
Peace to Brother Bobby. And just like I said, nothing has changed. What's up, Samson? Peace to the family. And thank you, sir. Much appreciated. What's up, Chikezi? What's going on? We've reached a new low. I don't think I can find it. I'm not sure if this is a real movie here. I would love to see it though. I think this might be AI. I'm not sure. But if any of you have seen this, please let me know.
With a head of pride, dared to break the divine law. He discovered a secret in the blood, a way to separate the brown germ from the black. He promised them power, but the holy city promised them only exile. Cast out, sent to the desolate island of Patmos to begin a 600-year experiment in evil. To kill the dark and save the light, a grafting process designed to strip away the divine nature of man. And from the caves of Europe, a new race emerged, cold, soulless, destined to rule for 6,000 years. But the prophecy is written, and their time is up.
Again, I don't know if that's a real movie. I would love to see it though if it is. You know what I mean? Again, what I was saying though is I couldn't find a video I wanted to show y'all. of how low we've fallen. No, trying to see if I can find it. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I can find it, but twerking at a funeral. That's right, you heard me. Twerking at a funeral. That's the new low. Let's see. Yeah, I can't find it, but yeah, new low. Twerking at a funeral. So, you know, while we're still sinking to our new lows, people are still wanting to be us, the Black Americans, the copper colored people. As low as we are currently, people still are copying us. And it's better explained here. I know I'm showing a lot of footage here, but it's cool.
Then my head hit the wall. Boom! Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your cosplay, but we all must discuss the many ways that you use hatred to disguise your obsession. You all want to be original. You want to be the essence of beauty so bad. Even if you're built like a mushroom, you think that you can outdo the first to ever do it, and that delusion has to be stopped. Every living, breathing human with eyesight wants to be a Black American. Native Americans are cranking the IHOP in their full-on appropriative pajamas. Immigrants from the lands of Russia pay to stand in Black American space to help the colonizer attempt land theft. They found it to be impossible because stupid people don't think of things like blood quantum and genetics. You can claim indigenous, but the sun reminds every non-Black race that you're all just colonized offspring. Asians suddenly want locks and textured hair, which isn't flattering or appreciated, honestly. Latinos are filling their bodies with Fix-A-Flat to mimic how the Most High sculpted her chosen, who are the essence of creation itself. Africans are literally pretending like no other. I mean, the cosplay is more disrespectful than the pretendians, to be honest. They cosplay in education, sports, medicine, politics, hair, beauty, you name it. They are the new school colonizers. And last, the group that is definitely least, the whites, the group that had to be in America so bad that you forced your filthy way in, who can't create their own culture, so they decided to mimic Black Americans. You even tried to hijack the Victorian era? This is how true Americans look before emaciated boats entered the East Coast. You still managed to make things look even worse. You came over here and learned how the indigenous Black Americans lived, not the other way around. They taught you about Thanksgiving and how to eat as a family. They let you meet Big Mama and allowed your rotten teeth to touch her sacred cornbread. You had the nerve to betray them. And now you, out of all races, have cosplayed every little bit of their lives. You have ruined their land, the nature, and its beauty. And now nature is ruining you. The uptick in health issues is no mistake. The rapid aging and the empty skulls of white people is also not so defect. It's karmic. Not being able to defecate at least once daily is a sure sign that the technology of the universe has turned against you. And the destiny swap is over. It's a shame to see you all go down like this, especially since you convinced yourselves that you were superior. Guess you know that was a lie now, don't you?
I found that one funny, especially coming from him. But no lies detected. No lies detected. You know, I've done a lot of self-reflecting during this past retrograde and during the holidays. And I've never wanted to be so alone in my life. You know what I mean, people? I never wanted to just distance myself from the human race than now. You know, that's the real purpose of a retrograde. You're supposed to sit back and reflect, and that's what I did. I did exactly that. That was partly the reason I hadn't come on live last week, but again, I overbooked myself. But I've done so much self-reflecting, and it's just like, wow, where do we go from here? If 2025 didn't open your eyes to what's going on, your eyes will never be open. You know what I'm saying? What good is this information that I have, these grimoires, this magic that I have, if I can't actually share it? You know what I mean? But, you know, like I said, the application of the knowledge that's the real power. You got to make it practical in your everyday life. What's up, mind? Yes. Yes. Everybody's showing their ass. You know what I mean? It's shit. I ain't even done with like the stuff that Katrina showed me. The kids are still under attack. The children are still under attack. You know what I mean? Shit like this right here. Check this out. Look at that.
Do I have to say it? Do I have to say it?
Yes. I'm a Virgo, so it comes naturally. You know, yeah, exactly. Dora pause like a motherfucker, man. Dora pause. When I first seen it, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. You know, it's just fucking sad. It's just sad. You know, I have another book that I want to recommend. It's called The Patron of Sorcery. Remember Set. You know, they got this fascination with Egypt, but Set is the oldest known worship deity is Set. Okay. This book right here, Patron of Sorcery, is a pretty good one. It's short. It's like 3 pages though. But I found an answer in Hans Dieter Betts edition of the Greek Magical Papyri translation. In the twilight of Egyptian civilization, Set, the Lord of Darkness, denounced by followers of Osiris, became a patron of sorcery. This apparently occurred by way of Egyptian priests moving into freelance magical practice after foreign domination led to loss of royal funding for the temples. It is strange to envision the Egyptian priests co-signing their lore to the written word, given their notorious reputation for xenophobia and secrecy. Significantly, while these spells span the full range of magical operations, little of a theoretical character is disclosed. Okay. And then they go into a invocation of the feared one right here. Right. So much has come out of the Greek magical papyri that is definitely one that you need in your arsenal. Okay. It is in the spells for self-initiation that one gets a sense of how the destruction of this civilization shaped the perspective of those who use these conjurations. The social machinery of the temple tradition responsible for these spells was dying or already dead. And it was the individual who now pursued the magical arts for individual ends. Freelance practice of this type was solitary and secretive compared to the observances of state cults or even the mystery religions. This presents problems in evaluating the significance of the papyrus evidence for survivals of the ancient cult of Set. Okay. Like I said, this is only about 3 pages long. Okay. But I'm probably also going to put this one in Patreon as well. All right. Like I said, I have put a bunch of stuff in Patreon. If you are a member, please go and grab it up. I even put one of Bobby's lectures in there. As a matter of fact, I have several of them. Not everything is for sale. Some things I just put in there, okay, for certain tiers, of course. All right. Where else was I going with this? Oh yeah, this one right here. Okay. The fuckery continues, y'all. The fuckery continues. Check this out.
So based on your personal convictions, Jesus told you to cut your locks off, but simultaneously told you to get a silk press? And listen, the issue here is not the silk press itself. It's the subliminal messaging of Christianity, like especially in today's day and age. We're seeing white nationalists push this idea that anything that has to do with blackness, like our natural hairstyles, our culture, the way we just exist in the world, is not of God. Blackness, black culture, the culture that we had to create because everything was stolen from us and stripped from us during colonization and enslavement. That culture is not of God. That's what's being taught. So when you do these Christian videos where it's like, I got rid of my locks and I now have, it's not white people hair to straighten your hair, but the way that video, the way that she does her videos, the way her connotation, it's white. It's to conform to whiteness. That's the issue. It's essentially saying whiteness is of God. Whiteness is purity.
Same shit. Like I said, same shit, you know, and that's why you see everybody walking around here with these blonde weaves. All right. It's madness. Let me just put it out there. It's madness to weave someone else's DNA into your own hair. It's never going to be all right, in my opinion. All right. You may disagree. Sisters look stupid. I'm sorry. They do. Our hair grows naturally curly, kinky, nappy. Our hair, that's naturally the way our hair grows out of our scalp. You see what I'm saying? That's naturally the way it grows out of our scalp. All right? They can sell you somebody else's hair. It doesn't make sense to me. You know, so it is what it is, though. The application of knowledge is the real power. When you know better, you do better. Indeed, Lord. Indeed. What's up, Sister Righteous? Yes. It is to confirm, period. Right. He was being nice about it. But like Cosmic Chaos said, it's to confirm, to conform. That's exactly what it is. And then you have this. Check this out. This isn't all right either. Can y'all read that? She declined a 9-year-old boy from getting acrylic French nails, and she got attacked. Guess by who? Guess who attacked her for declining that? Guess who really got in her ass? Who's saying that no, he can do whatever he wants. He's 9. It was black women, y'all. It was black woman. Nah, it was black woman. It was black woman. Oh, his mama too. His mama too. She was pissed. Excuse me. And one thing I can say about us here is we don't just take this, we don't take things from other races, but Africans, they act like they're scared of everybody else. You know what I mean? They really truly act like they're afraid of them. Yes, me too, Cosmic Chaos. I saw it. I respect everything she said also. Look at this right here, though. They take abuse of every kind from white people and from Asians, and their children suffer. Look at this.
If you did this in China, there's a high chance you'd be in jail or deported. Watch this video carefully. You see this right here? This is the kind of nonsense that pisses me off. A grown man goes all the way to a country in Africa, lifts up a child recklessly like that by their neck, and calls it content. Like, people think that is funny. People think that is entertaining. It is disrespectful, in my opinion, because let's be real. If any of us tried that here in China, it wouldn't even last 1 hour online. You'd be reported, you'd be arrested, you'd be done, maybe even deported. But somehow, when it's in Africa, it becomes a joke. It becomes content for fun. And then when you check the comments, especially like on this Chinese platform, because this person is Chinese, when you check the comment section, people calling the kids animals, mocking them, laughing like they're not even human. It is so disgusting. These so-called tourists fly in, go straight to poor areas, film kids for clout, and fly back out. No investment, no help, nothing. Just views. And then when we as foreigners live in China, they still ask us, how are you contributing? Bro, what are you contributing when you go to someone else's country just to exploit their image for likes? We have to start being real about this. It's not about hate, it's about respect. You don't get to treat African children like props just because you can't do it back home. Anyways, guys, that is my take. What do you guys think? Is this
You know what I mean? They have no respect. They have no respect for anybody who is melanin dominant. They have no respect. And this is why I say the application of knowledge is the real power, because when you know better, when you know who you are, when you know where you come from, when you know where they come from and where they originate, when you know all of that, and you have militancy, you have a warrior spirit, and you have magic, you're untouchable. You're unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? That's the real power there, the application of it. You know what I mean? Like Ultra Instinct said, I'll be in jail. You know, he picked him up like he's a little small animal and shit. You know what I mean? You can't do that in China. But Africans put up with so much. Y'all can't possibly think, and this is why I do so much reconnaissance or recon. You can't possibly think that China buying up all that land in Africa was for no reason at all. And that's why they do shit like that. You see what I'm saying? This is why I say all that self-reflecting I did makes me want to be a hermit even more, because we allow this shit to happen. As a mass people are spending power and everything else, we allow all this shit to happen. You know what I mean? We allow people to disrespect us. Okay? I told you the new low, I can't find the video. The new low was a girl twerking at a fucking funeral. Twerking at a funeral. This is how low we have sunk. And whose fault is that? That other groups of men can come and do that. Remember, the rule might makes right, and other groups live by that rule against other groups, but we use that. Yeah, oh, I totally agree. I totally agree. Everything that I said agrees with you, Tosh. Don't forget the Arabs and look at the Sudan. And if you know, my missus watches the news. And so she keeps up with what's going on outside of America. You know, even though I say it's propaganda, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, again, This is why I stress reading and studying. You know what I mean? This is why I can walk anywhere and command respect. I'm not saying that braggadociously either, because I know who I am. I know my power. I know my origin, and I know their origin. Don't forget Black Root Science. You know what I mean? They know your origin, and this is why they do the stuff that they do. They hate you simply because of it. Right. No respect for the dead anymore. That's when you've really gotten low, when they was cheering her on at a fucking funeral, y'all. A funeral. They were cheering her on at a funeral. Twerking at a funeral. Oh, right. He did say that. He sure did. Thanks, Lloyd. He did. There's no depth. There's no depth to their stupidity, like there's no depth to their hatred for us. Right. But again, I now have, and I'm not saying that because as a bragging right. I'm just saying over 600 videos, and I've consciously tried to put a lot of information into each and every single video. I did not come on here to just not say nothing at all. You know, I constantly tried to feed information and shit. You know what I mean? So the application of that knowledge, that's where the power is. I mean, you even got things such as Reiki magic. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know there was such a thing? Reiki magic. You know what Reiki is, right? Healing. Okay. And long distance healing. But did you know there was Reiki magic by Kyriakos? Reiki magic. Okay. 2007, this one came out. All right. It gives you a basic magic ritual here. Right? Set up, opening, communicate, close, or dismissal of the spirit, right? And it gives you symbols or sigils. Okay? Reiki magic. It's in everything, y'all. It's in everything, literally. What's up, Imhotep? How long you been sitting there? I am key aware, so that therefore to bring it to the title of today's share, knowledge applied as growth. I totally agree with that. You know what I mean? You know, it just I never thought it would get any lower than when I saw the twerking at the funeral. That's when you know it's gotten so bad. It's really gotten so bad where people won't wear their own hair, twerking at the silliest times, commits all kind of crimes. There's cameras everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But what disturbs me the most is what that video I showed earlier. What disturbs me the most is who told the Caucasian they need to police us? Who said that? Who gave them the divine right to do that? You know what I mean? This is the reason I haven't told y'all this. This is the reason I stopped watching those police cam videos. I stopped it because most of the cops are white. And, you know, I think the number is around 76% of police force Caucasian people. You know what I mean? What's up, Astrology Village? I'm going to close it out, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know anymore. You know, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. You know, Look to my Patreon, and I'm always putting stuff in there, stuff that y'all can use, you know. But again, the real power, I would think, if you had a military mindset or militant mindset, and you have access to magic, real magic, not surface level shit, I'm talking about real magic, there's absolutely nothing you can't do. You know what I mean? I hope y'all had a good holiday, a good week. I'll see y'all here Friday. Maybe we'll continue this. I don't know. All right. I don't know. But I thank y'all, everybody who showed up today. Thank you. I always appreciate your interactions and your input. See you back here Friday. All right. Y'all be safe out there. I'm the one and only, the diabolical Magick LaCroix, as I greet you in peace. As always, namaste. Peace, y'all.